My people, I asked my community to deal the most damage that they could in a single hit. Starting on a fresh Stardew Valley farm, players were given 1 hour to prepare and then deal their deadly blow. Whoever hits the highest wins a $50 Steam gift card, and second place wins a $25 one. Let's meet our 4 fearless contestants. Dogdy-Doo is playing on the wilderness farm and is using the remixed rewards from the mines. He's the only one who opted not to use a predetermined seed, which will come into play later. On the first day, Dogdy-Doo plants his parsnips, gathers some materials and forages, and then passes out at 10:30. His next few days are spent foraging and growing parsnips, and when the mines open on the 5th day of spring, he's ready to head inside. We also have Rembo, the winner of my farm design competition from a few months ago. He's on the forest farm with the normal mine rewards, but his route uses a seed. In case you're unaware, every new farm you make has a string of numbers associated with it that determines a lot of your luck-based events. If you leave this field blank when creating a new farm, your seed will be picked for you, but you do have the option to put one in yourself. A lot of our competitors chose to use a seed so that they would know exactly what their world was going to look like before they ever even loaded in. The first thing Rembo does is head down to Cindersnap Forest and take a screenshot. He can then look at that screenshot on a separate monitor to locate all of the forageables in this area, saving him a bit of looking around. He sells some of his things to get enough money for 9 cauliflower seeds and then gets to planning. Because he chose the world seed that he did, he actually gets a fairy on the very first night, fully growing his cauliflowers. He does another forageables run, and then he does some fishing in the ocean for some more money. He gets caught digging in the trash by Mayor Lewis not once, but twice, and finishes his second day with nearly 3,000 gold. With that prep out of the way, he sleeps until he has a good luck day and then gets going to the mines. Daniel Hidem is getting the best of both worlds by using the remixed mines and a seed of his own. Outside of getting 50 wood for a chest, Daniel wastes no time and sleeps until the mines are open and he's got good luck. You can see that even though I gave a very open-ended prompt, everyone's strategy is more or less pretty similar. A lot of each runner's time was spent just trying to get as deep as they could in the mines so that they could get a better weapon, but they had varying levels of success in the challenge based on their strategy. Dogdy-Doo upgraded from the basic sword to the elf blade as his reward from floor 20 in the mines, and then he used that to make enough money to buy the cutlass from the Adventurers Guild. Once he descended further into the mines, he found the forest sword in a crate and eventually used that to hit a 54. Rembo got the steel small sword from floor 20, then later got a wood club out of a crate. From the money that he made in the beginning of the run, combined with what he made during his journey to level 50, he was able to buy the claymore and a jade ring from the Adventurers Guild. He would later use the more powerful sword and increased critical hit power from the ring to dish out a 102. Daniel, on the other hand, flew through the mines and went further than anyone else. He picked up a wood club along the way, but all he was interested in was what waited for him at floor 70. He was only able to get this deep by taking advantage of animation canceling, something that's hard-coded into the game that allows you to swing your tools faster than normal. He took all of the geodes that he had accumulated up until that point right to Clint and got 17 iridium ore out of it. He used the iridium ore as ammo in the master slingshot, got a damage boost from the ruby ring that he bought, then started dishing out massive damage to the monsters in the mines. With only a few minutes left, he hit a 232 on an unsuspecting grub. So yeah, pretty much everyone had a similar method, and with a few hours of practice, anyone could recreate these runs. And then there's Habu. Everything seemed like a normal run. Sure, there was some animation canceling, but even I could do that. Then he slept until the summer. And then he started making crop circles. And then he started to use step manipulation to make it rain on his melons every day. Okay, seriously though, I'm not an expert on it, but I'm pretty sure the number of steps that you take in a day determines the weather that you will have 2 days from now. Since Habu started with a specific seed, and he took a particular number of steps every day before bed, he was basically able to play God during this run, making it rain whenever he wanted to, and knowing exactly where a bunch of stuff was going to spawn. On the last day of summer, we finally get to see why he was planting the crops in this exact spot that he was. He had enough control of his farm to make sure every crop that he grew ended up being giant, bringing in a ton of money down the line. The next season, he sold all of his melons and did the exact same thing with pumpkins, growing nearly 400 of them. He sold them all to Pierre for 125,000 gold, enough money to buy a Joja membership, join us Thrive, and the bus repair. The next day he returned to the mines and used his omniscience to hit one giant rock and get an Omni Geode out of it, which he opened and got a prismatic shard out of. Look man, I don't know exactly how he's doing all this, but there's normally a 1 in 250 chance of getting a prismatic shard from an Omni Geode, so there's obviously some RNG manipulation voodoo going down here. Anyway, he uses that prismatic shard in the desert to get a galaxy sword, but that's not even the weapon he uses to deal his damage. Once you get the galaxy sword, you have the option to buy the galaxy hammer from the Adventurers Guild, which he does with the 75,000 gold he has left over. With only 15 seconds left, he hits a 270, easily taking home first place. Huge thanks to all of the competitors, and congrats to Habu for winning and Daniel for second place. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.